ask, and you shall receive. What's going on, guys? Spencer here with HM Massage. I posted up a deep tissue low back video just the other day, and I got a comment basically saying, hey Spencer, you dummy. You're trying to release the low back, but you're not targeting the hips at all. Well, first off, I didn't have any footage of glute and hip release, and you're just trying to target things that I don't have, okay? And I don't appreciate that. Absolutely right. When it comes to the low back, the hips and glutes are very involved in the tension and the pain that the low back usually has, as well as the quads, the upper back, and even the abdominals and the iliopsoas muscle. A lot of our muscles are attached to the low back, and that's the whole thing with the body, is you have to view it holistically, because generally one area of pain is being caused or is at least a bit affected by the rest of the body. This comment went on to say, though, that you are doing a complete disservice if somebody has upper body pain and you don't touch their lower body. That's to say that if they have shoulder pain and you don't work their hips or calves, you're not helping them. And that's not true. And there's what I want to talk about. Yes, there are times when an area is hurting or the source of that area is coming from somewhere else in the body. Because the body's a machine, all the parts are working together to run it. So that yes, if you have a problem here, it might be coming from somewhere else. And that's often the case. But I don't want people to get into the mindset of always overthinking it. So that's to say that let's say somebody comes in with low back pain and you immediately want to work their glutes and their iliopsoas. You don't even want to touch their low back because it's coming from somewhere else. This is bad for a few reasons. Number one, and biggest of all, you're not doing what the client wants. Generally, a client doesn't fully understand the anatomy that we know. So if a client wants you to press on their low back and you flip them over and start doing iliopsoas work, they're of course going to be confused as to why you're working there when their low back hurts. Now, half of that is our job to explain to them this is what's causing the low back pain, and it's never a bad idea to work those surrounding muscles such as the glutes or the quads with low back pain, but make sure you're doing what the client wants and you're working that area of pain. The second reason is that sometimes it truly is just stemming from that area. If they have an adhesion or a trigger point in their deep QL muscle, yes, it could be coming from thrown off hips or bad calf muscles, but that adhesion in the QL is still there. You have to remove that adhesion in the QL or those trigger points you find in the erector spinatus muscles in order to release that low back pain. Otherwise, you might stop the source of what's causing that low back pain, but you'll never actually get rid of the actual adhesion that the people are feeling. Same thing with other parts of the body. If somebody has anterior shoulder pain, you have to work their anterior shoulder if they're having anterior shoulder pain. I guarantee this pain is not coming from their left hamstring. It could be a little bit involved, but primarily if someone has issues with the upper body, work the upper body, and then secondary start to aim at what's causing it to always reset for that long-term relief. But for that initial relief, especially when a client is getting on your table the first time, don't always overthink it. If it hurts in that area, work that area. Make sure not to overwork it or spend all of your time there, but once it's released, then we can go on to find the other sources of the actual pain. And yes, our hips and lower body are involved in a lot of full body issues. It's never a bad idea to work lower body. You're not always going to get the chance because a lot of people may only want hips up or upper body. Yes, it could be coming from the hips, the calves, etc. But also sometimes the same muscles apply to the upper body, so it's simply coming from that area. Got a question? How do you deal with a hairy back? That's the real question. More lotion. Hairy clients in general, if they have a hairy back, hairy arms, hairy legs, doesn't matter. Just put more lotion, more oil, whatever you're using. If you feel like you've put a lot, but you're still not getting a good glide, put more. Yes, it takes a lot of lotion, but once it's lubricated, it's just as easy to work through that without an issue. When using your elbow on the back in the kidney area, how do you make sure not to damage their organs or kidney? Great question. Just try not to do intensely deep trigger point work around the kidneys, and don't sit there until you feel yourself melting through all the layers of tissue. Our muscles are there for a lot of reasons, but one of those is protection. So as long as you're not actively attempting to break through that muscle and target the organs, you're going to be fine working the lats with deep tissue, as long as you don't sit right above their kidney, start pounding your elbow down, and try to break through. How do you massage people who have slipped disc or disc issues? Always just be very careful around people who have herniations, slipped discs, really any spinal injury. Generally, if they have the injury and they're going throughout their day normally, we're not going to damage it by doing normal massage, and relaxing the muscles around that injury can really help to take away a lot of the pain. Often if the spine or vertebrae isn't doing its job, then the surrounding muscle has to step in and work harder in order to keep it in place. That makes those muscles a lot more tense. So releasing them can provide the client with a lot of relief. Can I buy the painting on the wall over there? Never! It's my painting. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick little topic video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to the channel for new content every single week. I'll see you guys on the next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day.